Hello everybody, Aiden here and welcome into another video today here on the Round the Slice Entertainment YouTube channel. So, of course, as is the case every week, episode 7 of season 2 of The Pitt premiered last night on HBO and HBO Max. So I am here to give you my little review and discussion for that as I do every single week. So, without further ado, let's just jump into things. Right off the bat, tonally, thematically, from those perspectives, I felt the urgency within this entire episode. Little peek behind the curtain here. I've been really enjoying this season, as has everybody else. But for me at least, I felt like it was taking a little too long to get to the climax, a little too long to get to the breaking point, if you will. It's been very character focused, very character driven, very methodically um, doctor doctor patient relationship driven, taking a lot of time in those aspects and those departments specifically, rather. And that's fine. Obviously HBO loves diving into their characters, whether it's the Pitt, whether it's the United Seven Kingdoms, whether it's been Sopranos in the long past, whatever it is, they're big in character development. But I wanted to feel the urgency. I wanted to feel the stakes, if you would. And this episode finally gave me those stakes to its core. Obviously, we started it last week with, unfortunately, our boy Louis biting the dust. His time on this earth was over, sadly enough. We knew it was going to happen, but it was still hard to grasp with that. And then the urgency is kicked up to 1,000, starting with this episode. Multiple serious topics were broached, multiple serious topics were touched on, and multiple doctors were finally starting to feel the stress of the potential Westbridge outage, which I'll get to at the end. We now know the reason for that, but whether it was the sexual assault patient being scared with that, whether it was the cancer patient that's for all intents and purposes dying and doesn't want to go home with her husband and kids because she wants to be comfortable in the hospital, even though she would 99.9% most likely be most comfortable in her home. She's just scared, obviously. Or whether it was Dr. Robbie and Dr. King's kind of little talk going back to the deposition that we haven't heard about in a few episodes. So multiple serious and engaging topics discussed between doctors and patients, between patients and doctors as a whole in this episode. And I finally felt the urgency that I've been yearning for, that I've been longing for ever since we found out the first inkling of the Westbridge outage 3 or 4 episodes ago now. Finally glad it finally got to that. Night shift crew, it was really awesome and great to see Dr. Abbott again. Because, in my opinion, the night shift crew was great. Last couple of episodes with the Pitt Fest shooting, they had a huge overflow from that, obviously, of last season as a whole, if you would. And the night shift crew had to come in and work overtime, literally and figuratively. And Dr. Abbott is obviously the night shift crew attending, but now he's here during the day as part of the SWAT team. He has to, as the doctor, he has to treat his SWAT team buddy, his SWAT team friend, if you would. And I want to see more of the night shift crew. There's been some rumblings that Mateo, the nurse from last season that Javati had a romantic interest in, that he shifted to the night crew. I assume he did. It's been confirmed he'll appear later this season, in season 2 specifically as a whole, rather, but we don't know when. But we're starting to get some really nice character development with Dr. Abbott returning as the night shift crew leader. I thought the night shift crew was really wholesome last season, and they really helped in the Pitt Fest shooting. I want to see more of them. Speaking of character development for Dr. Abbott, he has a really nice low-key conversation with Dr. Mohan when he's trying to treat some of his burns, when he's trying to treat some of his gunshot wounds, rather, because he was shot at. He wasn't, like, severely injured, but he was still shot at from the SWAT team debacle and business there. So that was some really cool moments between the two. I wonder if those two will budding friendship, budding. I don't think it's like a romantic thing. I think it's like a platonic friendship thing, but we will see where that goes. I keep saying that the heart of this show is new character development and exchanges you don't think of. When you think of two characters, you don't think of deep, low-key conversations between Mohan and Abbott specifically. So maybe a nice friendship relationship striking up there. I want to go to Dr. L because she's loosening her grip more and more on the hospital, her employees, her coworkers as a whole, if you will, per se. But she's starting to break down, whether it's the potential stress of the potential overflow from Westbridge, or things are not going as hoped on her first day, or she has some weird feelings towards Dr. Robbie. We see her go in the bathroom or that private room area, whatever you want to call it. And she calls upstairs to neurology, and towards the end of the episode, she says, "Oh, I gotta go see Gloria. I gotta go see upper management," and I'm assuming that's an excuse for I gotta go see neurology. So clearly, she's seen by neurology at the hospital she's attending at the hospital she works at specifically. So it'll be interesting character study to see why and how Dr. L is starting to break down and feel the stress as a whole. Specifically, next, I think this is one of the most not wholesome, but one of the most trademark moments, arguably the most trademark moment of the entire show. These 5 minutes, Dr. Robbie and Dr. Langdon finally hashed it out, sort of, I guess, kind of. As you can see, kind of an awkward position to be in to hash it out on the roof, waiting for a chopper helicopter to drop up a severe injury guy from the jet ski accident and the 4th of July boat situation. But they kind of yell over the helicopter to each other. And it was really, really humbling and really nice to see Dr. Langdon finally admit, "Hey, man, hey, Robbie, I effed up. I should have never been in the position. And I am very deeply sorry, and it will never happen again," basically, pretty much. And I think I know for a fact he was hoping for a much better response from Dr. Robbie. And Dr. Robbie basically says, "I'm really glad Langdon, that you're getting the help you deserve and the help you need, but I don't know if I can have you working in this my ER anymore," since he runs it, obviously. And that was just through shockwaves, because Dr. Langdon is easily a top 3 character, give or take. Yeah, no, I'll firmly say he's a top 3 lockman character for me of this show. So I want to see him succeed, but he has effed up a lot in the past. He effed up a lot towards the end of season 1, in middle to end of season 1, obviously. And Dr. Robbie, the two are still in the rest. They technically finally hash it out and have a conversation, but it's kind of an awkward moment with the hospital on the roof and the loud chopper going on. And then Dr. Langdon, for sure, was hoping for a better response than that. But Dr. Robbie recognizes what he's going through, recognizes his pain, is glad that he's getting the help he needs, but basically kicks him out and says, "You can't work in this ER anymore." So obviously he's not going to kick out this season, I assume, because it all takes place in one day. But I wonder if season 3 and beyond, because this show is already greenlit for a season 3, if Dr. Langdon will even be part of the crew anymore. Based on the conversation, probably not, and that makes me sad, because again, top 3 character, but we got to see how that shakes out. Next, lastly, most importantly, what I've been waiting for, the climax, thematically and tonally, we finally found out what the Westbridge outage is and the cause of it. People have made, obviously, multiple different guesses on Ahmad's betting board, and come to find out, per the hospital CEO, it is a cyber attack. And this is not only a Westbridge thing. Quite a few hospitals in the area have been under cyber attack for the 4th of July in that specific day. And the Pitt as a whole, that ER, they haven't been cyber attacked yet, but the CEO says we got to preemptively shut down all our computers, all our phones to get ahead of this. And that's going to be an interesting debacle with Dr. L and her dictation and her AI. Is she really equipped to go old school, if you would, to go hand-drawn charts, to go handwritten studies? I don't know, because it's her first day, and she's very heavily in with dictation and very heavy on AI as a whole. She's starting to break down, so maybe this will make her break down even further, because she's just not equipped for this. So it will be interesting to see how this cyber attack really affects things. This is just the start of it, right? I think we're going to get pure chaos in terms of charting, in terms of multiple doctors stressed out. Maybe multiple doctors start to snap at one another. I doubt it, but we'll see. And I'm sure Dr. Abbott will stick around with the day shift, even though he's technically the night shift attending. But cyber attack that's pretty serious, and bringing it back to real world stuff, that's a real world problem in multiple medical centers and hospitals as a whole that rely on AI, starting to, per Dr. L, that rely on AI, that rely on computerized charting. So they're going to have to go old school, for all, if you would, for all intents and purposes. So anyways, those are just my thoughts on episode 7 of season 2 of The Pitt. We're finally in the middle of the season now. We're finally in the climax. We're finally at the breaking point. Took a few episodes too long to get there, in my opinion, but here we are finally. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below. What did you personally think of episode 7 of season 2 of The Pitt on HBO and HBO Max from last night? What are you looking forward to going forward? Are there any specific thoughts I missed or storylines that you think I missed that you wanted me to touch on? Let me know all that down in the comments below. You can follow me on Twitter /X at @AWeingartner13 for any additional movie takes, thoughts, and discussions and conversations as a whole over there. Be greatly appreciated. Please like and subscribe. We always have fun content coming out on this channel, but for regular scheduled programming, you can expect on a weekly basis at this point in time. This Sunday night, just in a couple days, we have the finale to HBO's A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. What a phenomenal episode last week. And then just in a few days, early this upcoming week, we have the 3-episode premiere of season 2 of Paradise on Hulu. And then obviously we're going to be continuing The Pitt every Thursday night for the next couple of months till it ends for season 2 as a whole. So anyways, guys, yeah, thank you for the support as always. I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.